Would I recommend becoming a nurse? Absolutely. Right. Maybe don't be a nurse and a YouTuber though, with a family. Good morning everybody, how's it going? Happy Monday. Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. And I hope you guys watch this entire video through to the end because I have a lot to talk about and I just kind of want you guys to really get a grasp on what I have to say, if that makes sense. There are a few things that I want to talk about in this video, and the first thing is to assure you I have not lost my passion for nursing. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. I knew this title would gather those of you that have been leaving the comments on my channel saying that I've lost my passion for being a nurse. This video is for you. Okay, so the things that I'm going to talk about is being a working mom, the learning curve of being a nurse, and being a YouTuber and a nurse. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, the reason I'm making this video is I made a video, I'll link it right here. It's the things that I wish I would have known before I became a nurse. And people are taking this video as like, this is how I feel about being a nurse. When it's literally just that. It's the things that I wish I would have known. The more downsides of becoming a nurse that a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people have agreed with me, some people don't, and that's how life is. Some people don't agree with you and that's fine. I really tried to make videos that are honest because there are so many fake people on the internet. I mean, look at your Instagram feed. You probably think your friend so-and-so has like the greatest life ever and they don't. And I have always really tried to keep my channel very honest because being fake is gonna do nothing but make other people feel alone and isolated, and that is not my goal. I do YouTube simply for the fact of connecting with you guys and letting you guys know that you are not alone in whatever struggle you have. I have been doing YouTube since before I was pregnant with my 7-year-old. I actually am coming up on my 8-year anniversary of being on YouTube. I started my first channel in January 2012. True story, Frank would like to say hello. And there's actually a video of me on my other channel when I found out that my quad screen was abnormal when I was pregnant with Winnie, and I'm sitting in front of a Christmas tree crying because of that. Like, I have shared so many honest moments of my life, and I know that putting myself out there, even Charlie isn't necessarily comfortable with how transparent I am on some things. I don't share everything in my life, but if it's something that somebody else can relate to, I truly try to talk about it because, like I said, even before the internet, people always have this thing where they pretend that everything is perfect, and then it really does make some people feel isolated. If you're looking for someone who appears that their life is 100% perfect, I'm sorry, but this isn't the channel that you're gonna get it on because that's just not how I choose to make YouTube videos. I choose to be honest and I choose to share the good and the bad. Don't get me wrong, I have an amazing life. I am so truly blessed in my life and I wholeheartedly mean that. So sometimes when I get some comments about me lacking passion, it's like, what? With that said, I'm just gonna start this off with the passion component. The reason why you guys may think that I am losing my passion is simply because I am tired. A lot of people have been comparing my life to when I was a student to now. And the difference between when I was a student to now is when I was a student, I was able to spend holidays, weekends, and put my kids to bed, which is amazing. I absolutely loved it. Being a student was hard, but I do believe that being a nurse is harder because, you know, you're working more, and I'm a new nurse. I've been a nurse for about a year, but if you haven't been watching my channel for a while, I started in med-surg and I worked primarily nights, and the reason that I chose to leave that job is I actually was going to stay on a day position at that facility, but the insurance there did not cover my daughter's neurosurgeon. I don't think I even talked about that. Did I tell you guys that? That was like the icing on the cake. That's why I actually left my old facility. So that was kind of, I don't even know if I shared that with you guys. I don't know if I did. But anyways, there you go. I switched to the operating room because I've always thought it was really cool. I always thought surgery was super cool and I'm not squeamish. I was like, oh, perfect. I used to watch like those kind, I don't know. I won't get into why I became an operating room nurse. I'll try to find a video and link it here on why I became an operating room nurse because that's not this video. So anyways, so I did the learning curve on med-surg and I was feeling comfortable at that job, and then I flipped my life upside down because I'm insane, and switched specialties, and now I'm an operating room nurse. And the thing about operating room is you don't learn about it in school, so I'm basically going through that transition again, and I'm sharing my honest thoughts and feelings about becoming an operating room nurse with you guys. So really, over the past year, you guys have seen me in a whole lot of growth, and growing and learning is very hard. And on top of that, I also put out content on YouTube. And this is where I think you guys are confusing my passion with my exhaustion. And that is because I absolutely love being a nurse, truly, and I have no desire to not be a nurse. And I also have a strong desire to be a YouTuber, and I absolutely have a passion for connecting with you guys. So I'm working 2 jobs, and a lot of people are like, what, 2 jobs, blah, blah, blah. What you guys are watching right now, this is my other job. I work very hard on my YouTube channel. For example, last week, I worked 53 or 54 hours alone at the hospital, and I worked at least 20 hours on YouTube. So if you could do the math, that's about it's over 70 hours that I've worked in the past week, and I'm tired. Straight up, I am tired. And this is why I cannot find a balance. Like I said, I love being a nurse, and I absolutely love being a YouTuber, I guess, as you will say, and I cannot let either of them go. And Charlie and I have kind of been talking, and I pretty much need to try to find hired help. I'm probably gonna have to hire somebody to help me because I'm running myself into the ground straight up, and you guys are seeing it. And it's hard because I have so many things that are so important to me, and this is another thing, is I'm not just a nurse, you guys. I am so many things other than a nurse. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter, I'm a daughter-in-law, I'm a sister-in-law. Like I wear so many hats. And I don't want to be, like, I am a nurse and I love being a nurse, but I'm not just a nurse. I have so much more to offer than being a nurse. And I don't want you guys to take that the wrong way, but I can be passionate about other things. I can be passionate about being a nurse, but I can be passionate about being a mom. And this is gonna kind of segue me into my next part of working versus being a student, and that is my kids missing me is hard. And I miss them, and that adds a little bit of a component, but I feel like being an adult, I know how to better handle that, and I know that I will, you know, see them the next day and make the best out of that day. But to them, when their mommy is leaving and they're not gonna see their mommy all weekend, that's hard for them. And when they're crying, I just worked this past weekend, we've gotten to the point where we try to warn our kids a little bit ahead of time, because they get very upset and they cry because, you know, they're in school all week and then the weekends are with their mommy. And I'm gonna try not to get emotional, but, you know, seeing them have a hard time with it makes it hard on me. But what I've always done to try to explain to them when I've had, because I think I did some clinicals on the weekends, I've always tried to explain to them, and this is kind of how I explain to other people when people are like, oh gosh, you work Christmas, or oh gosh, you work this holiday. Working a holiday sucks, but you know what sucks even more than working a holiday is being a patient on a holiday. So I always try to explain to them, you know, yeah, it stinks that mommy has to go to work on this holiday, but mommy's taking care of people that can't go home to their families. Like, mommy gets to come home at the end of the day, and the patients don't. And that kind of helps them really understand that mommy's doing something very helpful for other people. And that's just kind of always a perspective I've had. There's lots of people that work holidays. Does it stink to miss holiday function or like family functions, especially when you don't see your family? Like my family, I only see once a year, and that's Christmas. So there are gonna be years where I won't get to see them on Christmas, and that sucks. But like I said, I can call them and we can hang out, whatever. Other than the holidays, it's just hard. You know, you guys know how holidays is. I don't have to explain why holidays are awesome. But, so that's hard for me, you guys. And there's just a lot of things that I'm juggling that maybe you guys don't really understand. And I don't think I really talked about how much time I spend on my YouTube channel. I know I didn't ever understand this either, that like how much time people spend on their YouTube channels until I started doing it. And I've always kind of treated it more like a hobby, but I have been more recently trying to post more consistently because I don't want to let you guys down, and I enjoy it. So I have been spending, especially with Vlogmas, I've been spending a lot of time. So I will go to work in the morning at the hospital, I will come home, I work about roughly 8.5 hours with a lunch. On my lunch break at work, I'm responding to your comments, I'm planning new content, I'm working on YouTube stuff. Then I come home and I work on YouTube stuff for 3 to 4 more hours until my family comes home. Half the time I'm making dinner while I'm editing or doing something related to YouTube. So then I really only have a couple hours at night. And I don't think a lot of people understand this. And like I said, I didn't really get it either. And I think even like full-time YouTube moms get a lot of slack because people don't, it's just people don't understand it. And those moms, I guarantee you, work their butts off. Those moms are working 50 to 60 hours a week on their YouTube channels. And I think people have this conception because I think all of us envy it a little bit because these moms get to spend time with their families. They're working from home. That's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and I think, I don't know. I just don't think people understand how much time goes into YouTube, and that's kind of all I want to say to that. But this past week, I don't know if I said this in this video because I've already filmed this before, but I worked 75 hours this week, and I took the weekend off from posting on YouTube. That's a lot. And so I think a lot of you are really kind of confusing my loss of passion with I'm really trying to learn how to balance both of my jobs and being a mom, and I don't know how to do that. And it's a work in progress. And I'm sharing this with you guys because this is what it is. This is my life, and I love sharing the happy things, but I also like to be realistic. I super debate posting videos of like my super productive days because I don't necessarily want people to strive for that. And that's because I struggle with balance. Straight up, and I know how hard it is, and I don't want people to think that I'm superhuman. I hope that this video was helpful and explained a couple things. So I know some of you won't understand it, and that's fine too. That's just the reality of life. But I just kind of wanted to explain a little bit that I love being a nurse. I do. That's the problem. I love being a nurse and I love other things and I want to do them all. So thank you guys so much for your video. People saying that I complain. I'm sorry that I complain. I'm just tired. And if you don't like my complaining and my honesty, you're in the wrong channel. Because I'm working my booty off. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are seriously the greatest. And so is Penny Girl. Yeah, I hope that helped answer some of your questions. Would I recommend becoming a nurse? Absolutely. Right. Maybe don't be a nurse and a YouTuber though. With a family. Right. Because I just like it all and I don't know why it's my favorite. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye. Oh, look at Tammy. Tammy Lamb. Should we edit this video? Yeah. And here's a good example. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna sit down and edit this video. I'll be working on it until at least 11 and then I will go to work. Right, Tammy? Don't confuse my hard work with a lack of passion, please. Did I get that through in this video? I think I did.